Hello everybody and welcome to the Dad Domesticus blog. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 lessons we learned, 3 tips for you if you're thinking about taking one of these family pandemic road trips. Let me give you an idea of how ours went. Well, I feel maybe a little bit ripped off. Oh!
Grand Canyon!
Yeah.
To the face!
She is out. All right, thank you very much. Stick around, hit the intro.
Domesticus!
Okay, so my family, being me and my wife, and my 2 daughters, Charlotte and Maddie, went on a road trip during this whole pandemic. Now, I did a whole set of videos on what we packed. I did a whole set of videos on why we even went. And so this is our video of the 3 things we took away from that trip. Now, this trip was from Fort Worth, Texas to Oxnard, California, then to Long Beach, California, and then back to Fort Worth. We did make a little stop at the Grand Canyon. So if you want to see like an actual moment, like real life on the road with kids, to watch the world burn right now, stick around to the very end. Promise you, it's worth it. So now I want to get to the actual lessons that we learned while on this trip. Here we go. Tip/lesson number 1. The internet is going to be wrong, and make sure you have a backup for your backup for your backup. Let me explain. We were going to start our road trip off driving overnight from Fort Worth and end up at a Cracker Barrel in Arizona somewhere. We got to said Cracker Barrel in somewhere Arizona and learned 2 things. 1, we forgot about the whole time change difference, so we were 45 minutes earlier than what we thought we were going to arrive. 2, they were under COVID hours, so they weren't going to be opening up for another hour plus. So now we are almost 2 hours early to our first stop with 2 very hangry kids very early in the morning. So we decided, let's keep on driving and go down to something Arizona again, some other place Arizona. We found there's a Denny's there. Great, so we drove there. It was an hour and a half away. We found out, nope, they're not open yet, COVID hours. We go down, let's support a local. Let's go to this local cafe. Great. Nope, COVID hours. We end up going to a McDonald's and eating in the parking lot next to said McDonald's because they don't have in-dining options. Okay, so along with this, a little extra 1.5, lesson 1.5 is to have way more snacks and things to keep your kids entertained than you think. So yes, Yelp, Google, all those places may say that, oh, they're open, but until you get there, you really, you don't know. So have extra snacks, extra things packed up, ready to go for that time that you need to go to your backup. Tip number 2. All right, keep your hand sanitizer and disinfectants everywhere around the car and well stocked. Here's what I mean. Nobody likes roadside gas stations and roadside gas station bathrooms. It's just a fact. Roadside gas station bathrooms, not good. Except for Buc-ee's. I'm gonna make an exception for Buc-ee's. People in Texas know Buc-ee's is amazing. Shall we continue? Hand sanitizers. So in our Toyota Sienna, we have an extra glove compartment, and that glove compartment became, I'm gonna try it, gotta say this right, the hand sanitizer station. Like a lot of hand sanitizer was in that glove compartment. Also, we had hand sanitizers around where the kids sat. They couldn't reach them, but we had easy access for us when we were putting them in and out of the car. And then we had our own like personal bottles of hand sanitizer near us while we were, either driving or sitting in the passenger seat. And I can't tell you how helpful that was when putting the kids in and out of the car to just be able to reach down and grab some hand sanitizer, put it in their hands before they kind of sat down, got buckled up, and just put it on us before we buckled them up as well. That really helped put our mind at ease while we're doing this whole pandemic road trip thing. Last lesson/tip number 3. Here we go. If you're going to be staying at a hotel on the road, do your research ahead of time. Here's why. 1, a lot of hotels are now doing this kind of like COVID cleaning policy, where as soon as you book a room, they will not let anybody stay in that room the day before, so that when you get to your room, you know that no one has been in that room for at least 24 hours. My wife and I, we stayed at the Embassy Suites in Albuquerque. They had a seal on the door, I'll put a picture up here somewhere, that showed that no one had been in that room. which we really appreciated because it just made us feel better about the room being clean. 2, breakfast. And again, in doing research, we found that a lot of places were not serving breakfast. And the way that we found out was they actually had to call up because they weren't saying anything about food on their website. So if we hadn't called, we probably would have assumed that they were, serving breakfast, which we would have been sorely disappointed. Again, back up for your backup. So the hotel that we stayed at, what they did was they had, instead of a buffet, what they were doing was they had a big plexiglass wall with a couple of staff members behind there, wearing masks and gloves. And you would go up there and you would give your order to them, and they would put the food in little trays, seal it up, hand it to you in a bag, and you could go off to the dining area and eat with your family. Now, we did that and we loved how they did this because 1, everything was individually packed. 2, we could eat wherever we wanted, whether in the room or in the dining area. We ended up eating in the dining area, but we sat far away from everybody else. And it was just honestly nice to be able to sit where we wanted, have everything packed up, ready to go, easy, clean, down and done. All right, so there you go. My 3 tips on how to survive a family road trip during this pandemic. Thank you so very much for watching. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you that has watched this video. If you found something helpful or useful out of this video, could you hit like and subscribe? That really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate that so much. Also, don't forget, we have a fun little video at the end of this, just a real, actual moment of life on this road trip. Stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. So, family's over there walking. Wife has kid 1 and kid 2. Why? Because kid, little one in her arms, decided that this thing that we bought literally for this point in time during the trip was the worst thing in the world. And I'm not gonna lie, I may be a little hangry, a little decaffeinated right now because I've got these 2 sitting here. We got that one who just needs to watch the world burn right now. She is like, I do not care for anything you guys like right now. Maddie, thank you. So, this whole cart that's been working so well since now, nah, why'd I even get it? I don't even know anymore. All right. That's all. You